One more big drop coming past yourself, and this is the final boss track. Today's also PJMASK American 200 BPM. This is the limit of what I can handle on the mobile device. If you are watching this drop, it's the comments for this insane speed. This history of this track is legendary. It was originally MIDI competitions. It was never meant to be played, but here we are hitting every dance of EDM Rush. These all games are different and all level are different. Right now I am not even everything. The tiles are just a blur of the light at this point. I am playing the field. Authentically, the gameplay means are showing the struggles, and this is the struggle. Look at that combo method, it's blended into the thousands. The remix added a drum step, the beat here to give us a slight breather. Even the slow parts is also EDM Rush are faster than the most games fast parts. I am focusing on the snap go grid mechanic to ensure I stay in the center, almost at the end. The final melody is clicking in the everything is flashing. This is the most beautiful and the terrifying the moment of the run. I made it. Yes, I made it. Look at the finish, the 100% accuracy on the final boss trick. Wow, I need a second to let my heart rate come down. After that, that was the most intense types of EDM Rush gameplays I ever recorded. We covered everything from 120 BPM hours to 200 BPM madness. The technical depth of this track is what makes this game a true masterpiece. I hope you enjoy the artist's history and the deep dive into the mechanics. If you want to marathon, let's hit the 100 likes on this video. Don't forget check the description for the full the track used today. That for the beginning part of the journey. This channel is all about the rhythm game life. Now we are checking out the absolute latest update in terms of EDM Rush, but this track is literally dropped this week. This is a Crazy People 2026 by and listen to the trance influence. Psytrance in the types of EDM Rush is a different beast, and because the triplets make the ball bounce so fast, the BPM here is hovering around 145, but the energy feels like it's 200. Notice the neon the background that comes with the 2026 page. The contrast on this blur and the purple tiles makes it way easier to turn on the. Technically, this track uses a with the have a very sharp peak in the audio waveform. In this EDM tiles of those sharp peaks translate to very sudden and precise the tiles placement. Next up is our history of this track is cool. It was a tease for months before the 2026 festival session. The remix artists of Mesa really smooth out of the transition for the version. Look at the melody is catchy. I am actually vibing with trying not to be the tiles of EDM Rush. The perfect it windows the feel slightly more the forgiving on this melodic track, but don't get comfortable. The drop is coming and it's going to the double the tiles density. There it is. The lane just a slide into the. This is the high level the tiles of EDM. I am focusing on the tiles that appear right before you land. That is just a release digital collapse. Let's see how it's placed game. The track is a pure 2026 techno style. It's very industrial and very fast. Technically the BPM 138, but the syncoped rhythm makes the tiles feel irregular. This is the reflex check section. I love how Tileshop EDM Rush keep the library update on these global EDM hits. The way the world's trend changes color bars on the songs is a great touch. I am pushing for the 5-star rating on this new track, almost there. Perfect. That's how we handle the 126. The 2026 World Cup remade Tileshop EDM. If you guys want to dedicate the video for the new updated songs, let me know. Let's talk technical. Have you noticed the word and the drag sensitivity in this version? I said 85% get the snap is. Welcome back to the channel. Today's we aren't just playing, we are discuss the rhythm. We are starting with the classic unity of the track. This track is the bedrock of the gaming music. At 105 BPM it feels slow, but the syncopation in the lead synth is the where they attract you. The history of this track dates back the early 2010s, defining the release of era. Notice how the game is ending, press the dial slightly off the center to the match the swing of the beat. You can just tap on the beat, you have to feel the swing or you will slip off the edge. Moving into the first drop now, look at the first cam I am looking at you. The spacing here is perfect for a one-knot jump. Very standard, very clean. Now let's run it up switching to the body mix. This is where the BPM hits 128. 128 BPM is the golden ratio for the house music. It's the heartbeat of the dance floor. PAW is a legend in the no copyright sounds community now for those that uplifting the melodies, the technical check at this too. The ball physics have the less airtime, you have to tap faster. If you watch my eyes, I am shifting my focus on the top 20% of the screen now. You have a buffer. The incoming tiles in your brain before the ball actually hits them. The triple jump sequence was a film perfect. My thumb is barely leaving the glass. We are moving into the night for edit of the Spectre by Alan Walker. This is a 160 BPM. Alan Walker's signature and faded style is usually slower, but the night for changes the physics. At 160 BPM, we are looking at the heat windows for around 375 milliseconds. Look at the tension in my jaw. This is where the flow state becomes mandatory. The tiles are starting to blur. I am relying on the audio. This is more than the visual now. This mixer added heavily sub bass that actually create a vibration distraction on the device. You have maintained a light grip. If you tense up, you lose the micro mobility in your wrist. Did you see that zigzag pattern at 160 BPM? Require a literal vibrating motion. We are hitting the 20 minutes mark test. Threading is the biggest enemy of the technical player. Let's talk about the Boston tape track. Astronomy become a global meme, but the production is light. The technical BPM is steady 126, but the energy feels like 150 because of the staccato. The lead in terms of the staccato notes means a smaller mode. The frequency styles it's a classic shunt, the nightmare. The stay centered, stay focused, don't look at the spot. Multiplayer, it's a distraction. The history of the astronomy actually goes back on the 2010 before it's blew up a year later. I am seeing lots of cross styles, visual glitches, cases by the high speed rendering. You have ignored the glitch and trust the metronome in your head. My heart rate is definitely blending. We are pushing into expert tires right now. The next up are dubstep, remix that and eyes, and we are dealing with the complex polyrhythms here. A polyrhythm is when the melody is on the timing but the drums are in another. The game usually follows the drums but this map follows the melody. It's a total brain melt. Look at the facecam, total silence. Every bit of the oxygen is going on my brain right now. The 1 by 116, the not triple flat are coming up. If I miss the first one, the whole step the dice. Nailed it. That was the 20 tiles combined under 3 seconds. The front eyes is one of the color bars, which uses a lot of harmonic distortion. The distortion makes it harder to hear the click of the beat. We have the play by slide editing. We are halfway through our device is getting hot, which can cause a touch latency, and I have the compensate by the tapping slightly earlier. The visual suggested switching gears to PAW remix. The BPM is 110, but the choreography is jumpy. There is a fake out attacks that disappear or move at the last second. This is a test of memory, not just a reaction. I have practiced this track for hours. The artist Blackpink and has a tracks that are heavily influenced by the track beats. The exhibit bass hits in the remix are so deep they actually dance with the visual scenes. Watch the thumb, it's a rhythmic dance on the screen. No blinking. If I blink during the chorus, it's a game over. We have reached the quick lines mark. The intensity is a quick. Let's go even faster. Entering the speed for zone 20 BPM. This is the human limit for the most player. At the 20 BPM, the files are appearing dispelling in the less than half seconds. The track is a Chameleon remix. Chameleon is the final boss of rhythm game music. The history Chameleon is stuck in the dozing and music since pure technically. This track uses the blue notes and the jack inspired and shifting makes the timing unpredictable. My eyes are watering, but I can't look away. The challenge is purely psychological now. So look at the zigzag, that's 10 tiles per second. Absolute insanity. I am barely breathing, shorts a shadow of breathing to keep the chorus stable. The technical map here is designed to force your thumb into the corner of the screen. If I lose my grip by even a millimeter, the ball will fly off into the void. Chameleon's production after the reaches 215 BPM in the final drops. We are approaching it. Listen to the percussion. It's a literal wall of sound. I'm in the zone. I don't even feel my hand anymore. It's just a musical memory. That was the most intense drop of the session. 100% accuracy for software. Let's take a break in some low-key hip-hop but at double speed. The technical BPM is 19 but we are spinning the 180. It's a wide, sassy chaos. The history of the low-key is about the interaction, but this gameplay needs to be perfect. It's a contrast between the chill music and the frantic gameplay. My first time showing the test it is real. This isn't just a game anymore. Notice how I am leading the ball and hitting for the front edge of every tiles. Now we are hitting the Eurobits and the think initial divides. Eurobits is famous for the high energy 150, 116 BPM range it's made for racing. In terms of this feel like a high-speed chase, the tiles are addicting. The artist Rogers in the king of the genre. He's been this since the 18th brains his track is sharp. It cuts through the mix and helps with the timing. Focusing on the upbeats now. The tiles are placed on the end of the beats, one end to end. If you play on the down beats, you will fall. You have to be a sensitive. Look at my forehead. The concentration is everything, but we are almost there. We are entering the final 20 minutes of the marathon. The light section. This next track is a remix. The cultural history of this track is messy. Heavy Fox wrote the original, but this dual fix pushes the BPM to 190. It's a boss better for my fingers. The patterns are mimicking the original game's attack. The technically of the narrow pattern is what skills most runs. Left, right, center, left, right, center. It's a repetitive that hypothesize you. You have to break the icon is and stay alert for the tempo shift at 0.45. The tempo just dropped the 140. Then the snap the back to 119. The EDM shop is a laser. I got it. I catch it. My reaction time is still holding up. Just can check I am literally beating my head. The physical state is taking, but I wear a mask. We are finishing with the hard start. Final 150 BPM with the reserve bars. Reserve bars towards our thumb. After the beat, it's a rhythm trick. We have ignored the thumb and hit the plate. It's a counter initiative. This artist is a pointer of the sound. It's all about power. The dance are huge, but they are moving so fast they look like an endless. The final beat is coming. Everything we are done for the last hour beat this. It's an intensity. No talking, just the sound of the beats and the tiles. That's the current club on the ice, and we are dealing with the complex polyrhythms here. The polyrhythm is a name, the melody is on the timing, but the drums are in another. The game usually follows the drums, but this map follows the melody. It's a total game now. Look at the first and total silence. Every bit of the oxygen is going on my brain right now. The one that consistent the people are coming up. If I miss the first one, I will stop the dice. Nailed it. That was the 20 tiles combined under 3 seconds. And eyes is one of the color bias, which uses a lot of harmonic distortion. The distortion makes it harder to hear the click of the beat. You have the play by slide everything. We are not paranoid through the device is getting hot, which can cause a touch latency, and I have the compensate by the tapping slightly earlier. The visual suggested switching the gears to K-pop remix. The BPM is 110, but the choreography is jumpy. They use a fake out the tiles that disappear or move at the last second. This is a test of memory, not just a reaction. I have practiced this track for hours. The artist Blackpink and has a track that are heavily influenced by the trap beats. The exaggerated bass hits in the remix are so deep they actually mess with the visual scenes. Watch the thumb, it's a rhythmic dance on the screen. No blinking. If I've been doing the chorus, it's a game over. We have reached the 15 lines mark. The intensity is peak. Let's go even faster. Entering the speed core zone, 20 BPM. This is the human limit for the most play. At 20 BPM, the files are appearing disappearing in the less than half seconds. The track is a Camellia remix. Camellia is the final boss of rhythm game music. The history Camellia is stuck in the dozing and music since pure technically. This track uses blue notes and the set inspire and shifting makes the timing unpredictable. My eyes are watering, but I can't look away. The challenge is purely visual, psychological now. Look at the zigzag, that's 10 tiles per second. Absolute insanity. I am barely breathing. Shots a shadow of breathing to keep the core stable. The technical map here is designed to force your thumb into the corner of the screen. If I lose my grip by even millimeter, the ball will fly off into the void. Camellia is the production after the reaches 215 BPM in the final drops. We are approaching it. Listen to the percussion. It's a literal wall of sound. I'm in the zone. I don't even put my hand anymore. It's just a musical memory. That was the most intense drop of the session. 100% accuracy for software. Let's take a beat in sound, low to hip hop but at the double speed. The technical BPM is nothing but we are spending the 180. It's a wide Sergi Towers. The history of the Lofi is about the interaction, but this gameplay needs to be perfect. It's a contrast between the chill music and the frantic gameplay. My first thing shown the test. It is real, this isn't just a game anymore. Notice how I am leading the ball when hitting for the front edge of every tiles. Now we are hitting the Eurobits and the initial vibes. Eurobits is famous for the high energy 150-160 BPM range. It's made for racing. In terms of this feel like the high-speed chess, the tiles are addicting. The artist Dave Rogers is the king of the genre, who is doing this since the 18th. The scene brains is this track is sharp. It cuts through the mix and helps with the timing. Focusing on the offbeats now, the tiles are placed on the end of the beats, 1 and 2 and. If you play on the downbeats, you will fall. You have to be a sensitive. Look at my forehead. The concentration is gripping me, but we are almost there. We are entering the final 20 minutes of the marathon, the highlight section. This next track is remix the cultural history of this treasure massive. Heavy talks about the original but this dual which pushes the BPM to 190. It's a boss better for my fingers. The pattern are mimicking the original game's attack. The technically of the narrow pattern is what kills most runs. Left, right, center. It's a repetitive data hypothesize loop. You have to break the icon is and display alert for the composite at 045. The camper just dropped the 140. Then the snap the back to 119. The BPM shock is at later. I caught it. I catch it. My reaction time is still holding up. Just can check I am literally beating my head. The physical state is freaking. But I wear a mask. We are finishing with the hard style. Final 150 BPM with the reserve bars. The reserve bars creates a thumb. After the beat it's rhythmic the back to 119. The BPM shock is later. I caught it. I catch it. My reaction time is still holding up. Just can check I am literally beating my leg. The physical state is peaking. wear a mask, wear finishing with the hard style, final 150 BPM with the reserve bass. Reserve bass creates a thumb after the beat. It's a rhythmic trick. We have ignored the thumb and hit the click. It's a counter initiative. This artist is a pointer of the sound. It's all about power. The tiles are huge, but they are moving so fast they look like a glass. The final drop is coming. Everything we are done for the last hour with this. It's not intensity, not talking, just the sound of the beats and the tiles. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving deep into the most intense tiles of EDM Rush session act, featuring some of the highest BPM track in the game. The goal today, 100% accuracy, no misspells, no matter how fast the drop gets. Check out the if I look the stressed, it's because the tiles of EDM Rush level is actually insane. First up, we are warming up with the classic, but don't let the slow start fool you. The physics tiles of EDM Rush change slightly when the speed ramps up, so watch my ball control. If you are new here, make sure you subscribe for more high-level rhythm game content. I'm found that 90 Hz response time it's must for this track. Let's start the music. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Feel the bass. That's the signature sound of the tiles of EDM Rush marathon. The trajectory based on the music transistent. When you hit the perfect track in the tiles of EDM Rush, it's because you are hitting the peak of the waveform. Technically, the game uses a hit window system. The smaller the tiles, the tighter the window. Now we are entering a drum and bass section. BPM is jumping to 174. At 174 BPM, I have to drag the tiles 2 steps ahead of the ball. Look at the right now. The concentration is real. One misstep and it's over. Compensation on this device is keeping the tiles of EDM Rush gameplay buttery smooth. The synth on this specific remix is slightly off-beat, making it's a post-note challenge. I love how tiles of EDM Rush handle triple time signature. It's rare for mobile games. Notice the vibration feedback. It syncs perfectly with the kick drum. I'm focusing on the center of the tiles of maximize the score multiplier. This is big tiles of EDM Rush performance. The speed is relentless. If the BPM goes above 200, the game starts to feel like a blur. You have to trust your muscles more than your eyes at the speed. Listen to the hi-hats. They indicates exactly the next tile will appear. The technical design of the tiles of EDM Rush makes these transitions feel so rewarding. I am sitting, my fingers are moving at 4 taps per second right now. This isn't just a game, it's a test of reflex and the auditory processing. The way the tiles light up the drop. And that's a peak visual audio. Since this 160 BPM track is a workout for the thumbs. Honestly, maintaining the combo styles of EDM Rush require absolute focus. Let's see if we can finish this technical section without a single great only perfects. Now let's talk about this legendary track playing in the background. This is the 2026 remix of the classic track, and notice the harder bass line. Tiles of EDM Rush since the very beginning, the faded era really defined and the sound of the rhythm games of the whole decade. This specific remixer Diva is known for adding those techno-inspired drops. Did you know this song originally started as a room project before the going viral. It's amazing how a Tileshop EDM Rush bring this artist a global audience. Now we are switching to it's this track dominated the charts in the late 2010s. The history of the EDM built on the track lets this that blend pop and the electronic elements. The remix artist here is increase the BPM to make it more the Tileshop friendly. I remember playing the original version of this on the much older phone. The evolution of the Tileshop EDM Rush soundtrack and reflects the evolution of the genre. We have got some Monster Cat and classic coming up the later in the hour. Stay tuned for those. Monster Cat the change the game by listening high quality track to creator. This track is a bit more underground. It has the 2026 neo techno vibe. Notice the industrial synth sound like hum of the recent scene. The remixer here used to lots of side chaining to make the kick pop in your headphones. I love learning the backstories of the producer while I play the Tileshop EDM Rush. Many of these tracks were specifically mastered for the mobile speakers. This artist K391 has a very distinct adventure sound that fits the game perfectly. It makes the ball feel like it's traveling through a digital world. History lesson over 4 seconds. Look at this crazy triple jump and sequence. That was the tribute the classic dubstep era of the 2012. The music is getting darker and the more atmospheric now. Let's appreciate the sound design of this 2026 EDM release. Okay, look at the focus mode is officially activated. This part of the Tileshop EDM Rush level is where most players fail. The screen is shaking, the colors are flashing, I can barely see the next tab. Deep breath and I need to stay calm to keep the rhythm. My hands are actually shaking a bit from the underlines. That was the close one. I almost slipped off the edge of the moving tiles. The difficulty spike the Tileshop EDM Rush is no joke. When you hit the 30 minutes mark, you can see the intensity of the screen. I am not even blinking anymore. This is what a 100% effort looks like in a rhythm game. I am entering the flow state. Now everything else has disappeared except the tiles. Wait, the tiles are getting smaller. This is the ultimate precision test. They are probably just a blur of the concentration right now. This is the expert difficulty and it's living up to the near. 1 minute left if this track. I have to hold on the combo. The bass is rattling my hands but I can't let go. Look at the stack. 500, 600, 700 perfect hits in a row. I am physically running into the turns. Does that even help? Probably not. This Tileshop EDM Rush session is becoming a real Adherence test. My expression says it all. This is pure and intensity. I just saved that run with the last second swipe. My heart is racing. If you can beat this score, let me know in the comments. The screen is filled with the effect right now. It's total sensory overloaded. Almost there. Keep it together. Don't look away. Yes, that was a flawless section. Look at the smile on the relief is real after a drop that fast. We are in the final of the Tileshop EDM Rush marathon. The music is searching actually but intensity. This final track is a 118 BPM monster, the fast track, one of the day. If I make it through this, it will be a personal best. Thank you guys for listening. Speaking to this their energy, EDM energy. The Tileshop EDM Rush community is amazing and I love sharing this run with you. I hope you enjoy the technical breakdown and track history today. Wait, I need to done it. We are proceeding to the bonus round of this Tileshop EDM Rush session. The setting is a best where the real skill tested. This track is an art style remix. Notice the distorted kick drum at the 150 BPM. The technical challenge here is a shutter task that match the glitch hop effect. Look at the literally darting back and then forth up to the track the glance. In Tileshop EDM Rush, these sort of chunks are designed to trip up your muscles memory. I am using a lighter touch on the screen now to save energy for the final dot. The history of the art style goes back to the early 00s, but it feels so modern in this game. This remix artist really emphasized the sub-bass, which makes the haptic feedback intense. If I miss now, the entire R-long stick is broken. The pressure is immense. Did you see that? A triple on a moving platform. That a pure EDM, Tileshop EDM Rush house. My concentration level is 110% right now. The northeast distraction allowed. The BPM just a spike. Again, we are hitting the turbo phase of the song. Technically speaking, the refresh rate of my screen is the only thing to keeping me alive here. Every perfect hit sends a spark and underline through my fingers. This track has a very complex polyrhythm. The melody is in 3/4 while the beat is 4/4. It's a nightmare for your brain, but a dream for Tileshop EDM Rush expert. Check the I am actually beginning. Because the timing is so tight. The artist really mastered this feature house and the sound we are hearing. Notice how the tiles color change with the frequency of the lead synth. I'm almost at the 45 minutes mark on non-stop playing. My thumbs are on fire, but we don't stop. This is also doing the screen. That sound was insane. I had to swipe across the entire screen in milliseconds. The scenes between the visual speed and the BPM is perfectly calibrated on this level. One more big drop coming across yourself. And this is the final boss track today's Tileshop EDM Rush, the marathon 200 BPM. This is the limit of what I can handle on the mobile device. If you are watching this drop, it's the comments for this insane speed. This history of this track is legendary. It was originally MIDI competitions. It was never meant to be played, but here we are hitting every Tileshop EDM Rush. This is all game are different and the all level are different. Right now I am not even breathing. The tiles are just a blur of light at this point. I am playing by feel. Authentically, the gameplay means showing the struggles, and this is the struggle. Look at that combo motor, it's like blending into the thousands. The remix added a drum step, the bridge here to give us a slight breather. Even the slow parts of Tileshop EDM Rush are faster than the most game's fast parts. I am focusing on the snap go grid mechanic to ensure I stay in the center. Almost at the end, the final melody is leaking in everything is flashing. This is the most beautiful and terrifying the moment of the run. I made it. Yes, I made it. Look at the finish, the 100% accuracy on the final boss trick. Wow, I need a second to let my heart rate come down after that. That was the most intense Tileshop EDM Rush gameplays I ever recorded. We covered everything from 120 BPM. I was 200 BPM madness. The technical depth of this track is what makes this game a true masterpiece. I hope you enjoy the artist's history and the deep even into the mechanics. If you want to skip marathon, let's hit the 100 likes on this video. Don't forget to check the description for the full list of the track used today. That's for the beginning part of the journey. This channel is all about the rhythm game life. Now we are checking out the absolute latest update in terms of EDM Rush that this track is literally dropped in this week. This is a crazy people 2026 by and listen to the trance influence. Psytrance in the types of EDM Rush is a different beast, and because the triplets make the ball bounce so fast, the BPM here is hovering around 145, but the energy feels like it's 200. What is the new neon style? The background that come with the May 2026 page. The contrast on this blur and the purple tiles makes it way easier to jump on the. Technically, this track uses a synth with have a very sharp peak in the audio waveform. In this EDM Tileshop, those sharp peaks translate to very sudden and precise the tiles placement. Next up is a history of this track is cool. It was teased for months before the 2026 festival session. The remix artists of Mesa really smooth out of the transition for the version. Look at the melody is catchy. I am actually vibing with trying not to be the tiles of EDM Rush. The perfect windows the feel slightly more forgiving on this melodic track, but don't get comfortable. The drop is coming and it's going to double the tiles density. There it is. The lane just slide into the. This is the high level tiles of EDM. I am focusing on the tiles that appear right before you land. That is just a released digital collapse. Let's see how it's placed again. The track is a pure 2026 techno style. It's very industrial and very fast. Technically the BPM in 138, but the syncopated rhythm makes the tiles feel irregular. This is the reflex check section. I love how tiles of EDM Rush to keep the library update in these global EDM hits. The way the balls can changes color based on the songs is a great touch. I am a person total a 5-star rating on this new track, almost a perfect touch. How you handle the 126, the 2026. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving deep into the most intense tiles of EDM Rush Session 8, featuring some of the highest BPM track in the game. The goal today, 100% accuracy, no missed tiles, no matter how fast the drop gets. Check out the, if I look the stress, it's because the tiles of EDM Rush level is actually insane. First up, we are warming up with the classic, but don't let the slow start fool you. The physics tiles of EDM Rush change slightly when the speed ramps up, so watch my ball control. If you are new here, make sure you subscribe for more high level rhythm game content. I'm using my phone that 90 Hz response time. It's must for this track. Let's start the music. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Feel the bass. That's the signature sound of the Tileshop EDM Rush marathon. This track is sitting high at 128 BPM, the sweet spot for house music. In the Tileshop EDM Rush, 128 BPM means the Tileshop are paced perfectly for the rhythmic shaping that the tempo just the shift. We are hitting 140 BPM now. The ball is moving significantly. Did you see the jump? The game engine calculated the trajectory based on the music consistent. When you hit the perfect track in the Tileshop EDM Rush, it's because you are hitting the peak of the waveform. Technically, the game uses a hit window system. The smaller the tiles, the tighter the window. Now we are entering a drum and bass section. BPM is jumping to 174. At 174 BPM, I have to drag the tiles 2 steps ahead of the wall. Look at the right now. The concentration is real. One mistake and it's over. Compensation in this device is keeping the Tileshop EDM Rush gameplay, but smooth. The sense on this specific remix is just like the silent post note. Volumes how Tileshop EDM Rush handle triple time signature. It's rare for mobile games. Notice the vibration feedback. It syncs perfectly with the kick drum. I'm focusing on the center of the Tileshop. Maximize the score multiplayer. This big Tileshop EDM Rush performance. The speed is flat class. If the BPM goes above 200, the game starts to feel like a block. You have to trust your muscles more than your eyes at the speed. Listen to the hi-hats. They indicates exactly the next tile will appear. The technical design of the Tileshop EDM Rush makes these transitions feel so rewarding. I am sweating. My fingers are moving at 4 taps per second right now. This isn't just a game, it's a test of reflex and the auditory processing. The way the tiles light up the drop, and that's a peak visual audio. Since this 160 BPM track is a workout for the thumbs, honestly, maintaining the combo styles of EDM Rush require absolute focus. Let's see if we can finish this technical section without a single breath on the pockets. Now let's talk about this legendary track playing in the background. This is the 2026 remix of the classic track, and notice the harder bass line. Tileshop EDM Rush since the very beginning, the faded era really defined and the sound of the rhythm games of the whole decade. This specific remixer, Diva, is known for adding those techno-inspired drops. EDM No, this song originally started as a room project before the going viral. It's amazing how a Tileshop EDM Rush should bring this artist a global audience. Now we are switching to this track. Dominated the charts in the late 2010s. The history of the EDM built on the track lets this theta blend pop and the electronic elements. The remix artist here is increase the BPM to make it more the Tileshop friendly. I remember playing the original version of this one, the much older phone. The evolution of the Tileshop EDM Rush soundtrack and reflects the evolution of the genre. We have got some Monster Cat and classic coming up the later in the R. Stay tuned for those. Master Cat to change the game by listening high quality track to creator. This track is a bit more underground. It has the 2026 new techno vibe. Notice the industrial synth sound like how mark of the recent scene. The remixer here used to lots of side chaining to make the kick pop in your headphones. I love learning the backstories of the producers while I play the Tileshop EDM Rush. Many of these tracks were specifically mastered for the mobile speakers. This artist K391 has a very distinct adventure sound that fits the game perfectly. It makes the ball feel like it's traveling through a digital world. History lesson over 4 seconds. Look at this crazy triple jump sequence. That was the tribute the classic dubstep era of the 2012. The music is getting darker and the more atmospheric now. Let's appreciate the sound design of this 2026 EDM release. Okay, look at the focus mode is officially activated. This part of the Tileshop EDM Rush level is where most players fail. The screen is shaking, the colors are flashing, I can barely see the next tile. Deep breath and I need to stay calm to keep the rhythm. My hands are actually shaking a bit from the underlines. That was the close one. I almost slipped off the edge of the moving tiles. The difficulty spike. The Tileshop EDM Rush is no joke. When you hit the 30 minutes mark, you can see the intensity of my screen. I am not even blinking anymore. This is what a 100% effort looks like in a rhythm game. I am entering the flow state. Now everything else has disappeared except the tiles. Wait, the tiles and getting smaller. This is the ultimate precision test. The probably just a blur of the concentration right now. This is the expert difficulty and it's living up to the name. 1 minute left is hit this track. I have to hold on the combo. The bass is rattling to my hands but I can't let go. Look at the stack. 500, 600, 700 perfect hits in the row. I am physically learning into the turns. Does that even help? Probably not. This Tileshop EDM Rush session is becoming a real Adherence test. My expression says it's all this is pure and chemic intensity. I just saved that run with the last second swipe. My heart is racing. If you can beat this score, let me know in the comments. The screen is filled with the effect right now. It's total sensory overloaded. Almost there. Keep it together. Don't look away. Yes, that was a flawless section. Look at the smile on. The relief is real after a drop that fast. We are in the final of the Tileshop EDM Rush marathon. Music is searching its absolute intensity. This final track is a 118 BPM monster, the fastest one of the day. If I make it through this, it will be a personal best. Thank you guys for sticking through this pure energy, EDM energy. The Tileshop EDM Rush community is amazing and I love sharing this run with you. I hope you enjoy the technical breakdown and track history today. Wait, I'm not done yet. We are proceeding to the bonus round of this Tileshop EDM Rush session. The setting is the but where the real skill is tested. This track is an art style remix. Notice the distorted kick drum at the 150 BPM. The technical challenge here is a shutter test that makes the glitch pop effect. Look at the literally darting back and forth to the track lens. In Tileshop EDM Rush, these of the beat jumps are designed to trip up your muscles memory. I am using a lighter touch on the screen now to save energy for the final draw. The history of the art style goes back to the early 200s, but it feels so modern in this game. This remix artist really emphasized the sub-bass, which makes the haptic feedback intense. If I miss now, the entire Arlon stick is broken. The pressure is immense. Did you see that? A triple on a moving platform. That of pure EDM, Tileshop EDM Rush house. My concentration level is 110% right now. The no distraction allowed. The BPM just a spike. Again, we are hitting the turbo phase of the song. Technically speaking, the refresh rate of my screen is the only thing to keep me alive here. Every perfect hit sends a spark and underline through my fingers. This track has a very complex polyrhythm. The melody is in 3/4 while the beat is 4/4. It's a nightmare for your brain, but a dream for Tileshop EDM Rush expert. Check the I am actually beating because the timing is so tight. The artist retro vision really mastered this future house and the sound we are hearing. Notice how the tiles color change with the frequency of the lead synth. I'm almost at the 45 minutes mark on non-stop playing. My thumbs are on fire, but we don't stop. This is Tileshop EDM Rush. The jump was insane. I had to swipe across the entire screen in milliseconds. The scenes between the visual speed and the BPM is perfectly calibrated on this level. One more big drop coming. Trust yourself. And this is the final boss track. Today's Tileshop EDM Rush American 200 BPM. This is the limit of what I can handle on the mobile device. If you are watching this drop, it's the comments for this insane speed. This history of this track is legendary. It was originally MIDI competitions. It was never meant to be played, but here we are hitting every Tileshop EDM Rush. This is all game are different and all level are different. Right now I am not even breathing. The tiles are just a blur of light at this point. I am playing the field. Authentically, the gameplay means showing the struggles, and this is a struggle. Look at that combo method, it's cleaned it into the thousands. The remix added a drum step, the bridge here to give us a slight breather. Even the slow parts of Tileshop EDM Rush are faster than the most games' fast parts. I am focusing on the snap go grid mechanic to ensure I stay in the center. Almost at the end, the final melody is clicking in the everything is flashing. This is the most beautiful and the terrifying the moment of the run. I made it. Yes, I made it. Look at the finish, the 100% accuracy on the final boss trick. Wow, I need a second to let my heart rate come down. After that, that was the most intense Tileshop EDM Rush gameplays I ever recorded. We covered everything from 120 BPM hours to 200 BPM madness. The technical depth of this track is what makes this game a true masterpiece. I hope you enjoy the artist's history and the deep dive into the mechanics. If you want to marathon, let's hit the 100 likes on this video. Don't forget check the description for the full the track used today. That for the beginning part of the journey. This channel is all about the rhythm game life. Now we are checking out the absolute latest update in Tileshop EDM Rush, but this track is literally dropped this week. This is a Crazy People 2026 by and listen to the trance influence. Psytrance in the Tileshop EDM Rush is a different beast, and because the triplets make the ball bounce so fast, the BPM here is hovering around 145, but the energy feels like it's 200. Notice the new neon the background that comes with the 2026 page. The contrast on this blur and the purple tiles makes it very easier to jump on the technically this track uses a sync with the have a very sharp peak in the audio waveform. In this EDM tiles of those sharp peaks translate to very sudden and precise the tiles placement. Next up is our history of this track is cool. It was teased for months before the 2026 festival session. The remix artists of Mesa really smooth out of the transition for the version. Look at the melody is catchy. I am actually vibing with trying not to be the Tileshop EDM Rush. The perfect it windows the feel slightly more the living on this melodic track, but don't get comfortable. The drop is coming and it's going to the double the tiles density. There it is, the lane just as slide into the. This is the high level the Tileshop EDM. I am focusing on the tiles that appear right before you land. That is just a release digital collapse. Let's see how it's placed game. The track is a pure 2026 techno style. It's very industrial and very fast. Technically the BPM 138, but the syncopated rhythm makes the tiles feel irregular. This is the reflex check section. I love how Tileshop EDM Rush to keep the library update on these global EDM hits. The way the world's trend changes color bars on the songs is a great touch. I am pushing for the 5-star rating in this new track, almost there. Perfect. That's how we handle the 126. The 2026 World Cup Remade Tileshop EDM. If you guys want to dedicate the video for the new update songs, let me know. Let's talk technical. Have you noticed the word and the track sensitivity in this version? I said 85% get the snap is. Welcome back to the channel. Today's we aren't just playing, we are discussing the rhythm. We are starting with the classic unity of the track. This track is the bedrock of the gaming music. At 105 BPM it feels slow, but the syncopation in the lead sync is where they trap you. The history of this track dates back to early 2010, defining the release of era. Notice how the game is engine press the tiles slightly off the center to the match the swing of the beat. You can just tap on the beat, you have to feel the swing or you will slip off the edge. Moving into the first drop now, look at the first cam I am looking at early. The spacing here is perfect for a one knot jump. Very standard, very clean. Now let's run it up switching to the body mix. This is where the BPM hits 128. 128 BPM is the golden ratio for the house music. It's the heartbeat of the dance floor. PAW is a legend in the no copyright sounds community now for those that uplifting the melodies, the technical check at this speed, the ball physics have the less airtime, you have to tap faster. If you watch my eyes, I am shifting my focus on the top 20% of the screen now. You have a buffer. The incoming tiles in your brain before the ball actually hits them. The triple jump sequence was a film perfect. My thumb is barely leaving the glass. We are moving into the night for edit of the Factor by Alan Walker. This is a 160 BPM. Alan Walker's signature and faded style is usually slower, but the night for changes the physics. At 160 BPM, BPM, we are looking at the hit windows for roughly 70, no, 375 milliseconds. Look at the tension in my jaw. This is where the flow state become a mandatory. The tiles are starting to blur. I am relying on the audio. This is more than the visual now. This remixer added a heavily sub bass that actually create a vibration distraction on the device. You have maintained a light grip. If you tense up, you lose the macro mobility in your wrist. Did you see that zigzag pattern at 160 bpm? Require a literal vibrating motion. We are hitting the 20 minutes mark. The setting is the biggest enemy of the technical player. Let's talk about the Baston track. Astronomy become a global meme, but the production is light. The technical BPM is steady 126, but the energy feels like 150 because of the staccato lead. In terms of the staccato notes means a smaller mode. The frequency styles it's a precision is a nightmare. The stay centered, stay focused, don't look at the spot. Multiplayer, it's a distraction. The history of the astronomy actually goes back on the 2010 before it's blow up a year later. I'm seeing lots of those styles, visual glitches caused by the high speed rendering. You have ignored the glitch and trust the metronome in your head. My heart rate is definitely climbing. We are pushing into expert tires right now. The next up are dubstep, remix back and eyes, and we are dealing with the complex polyrhythms here. A polyrhythm is when the melody is on the timing but the drums are in another. The game usually follows the drums, but this map follows the melody. It's a total brain melt. Look at the facecam, total silence. Every bit of the oxygen is going on my brain right now. The 1 by 116, the not triple flat are coming up. If I miss the first one, the will stack the dice. Nailed it. That was the 20 tiles combined under 3 seconds. The front eyes is one of the color bars, which uses a lot of harmonic distortion. The distortion makes it harder to hear the click of the beat. We have the play by slide editing. We are halfway through our device is getting hot, which can cause a touch latency, and I have the compensate by the tapping slightly earlier. The visual suggested switching gears to K-pop remix. The BPM is 110, but the choreography is jumpy. There is a fake out the tiles that disappear or move at the last second. This is a test of memory, not just a reaction. I have practiced this track of 4 hours. The artist Blackpink and has a tracks that are heavily influenced by the trap beats. The exhibit bass hits in the remix are so big they actually dance with the visual scenes. Watch the thumb, it's a rhythmic dance on the screen. No blinking. If I blink during the chorus, it's a game over. We have reached the freaking lines mark. The intensity is thick. Let's go even faster. Entering the speed per zone 20 bpm. This is the human limit for the most player. At the 20 bpm, the files are appearing displaying in the less than half seconds. The track is a Chameleon remix. Camellia is the final boss of rhythm game music. The history Camellia is stuck in the dozing and music since pure technically. This track uses the blue notes and the second style and shifting makes the timing unpredictable. My eyes are watering but I can't look away. The challenge is a purely psychological now. To look at the zigzag hairs 10 tiles per second absolute insanity. I am barely breathing towards a shadow of breathing to keep the forest stable. The technical map here is designed to force your thumb into the corner of the screen. If I lose my grip by even millimeter, the ball will fly off into the void. Camellia's production after the reaches 250 BPM in the final drops. We are approaching it. Listen to the percussion. It's a literal wall of sound. I'm in the zone. I don't even feel my hand anymore. It's just a musical memory. That was the most intense drop of the session. 100% accuracy for software. Let's take a breath in some low-to hip hop but at the double speed. The technical breathing is 19 but we are spinning the 180. It's a wide sassy chaos. The history of the lofi is about the interaction, but this gameplay needs to be perfect. It's a contrast between the chill music and the frantic gameplay. My first game shown the test it is real. This isn't just a game anymore. Notice how I am leading the ball. I am hitting for the front edge of every tiles. Now we are hitting the Eurobits and the initial divides. Eurobits is famous for the high energy 150-160 BPM range. It's made for racing. In terms of this feel like a high-speed chase, the tiles are addicting. The artist Dave Rogers is the king of the genre. He's been doing this since the 18th. The synth brains his track is sharp. It cuts through the mix and helps with the timing. Focusing on the offbeats now. The tiles are placed on the end of the beats, one end to end. If you play on the down beats, you will fall. You have to be a sensitive. Look at my forehead. The concentration is everything me, but we are almost there. We are entering the final 20 minutes of the marathon, the highlight section. This next track is a remix. The cultural history of this track is massive. Heavy Fox wrote the original, but this dual fix pushes the BPM to 190. It's a boss better for my fingers. The patterns are mimicking the original game's attack. The technically of the narrow pattern is what kills most runs. Left, right, center, left, right, center. It's a repetitive that hypnotize you. You have to break the icon is and just stay alert for the tempo set at 0.45. The tempo just dropped to 140. Then the snap the back to 119. The BPM shop is a later. I cut it. I catch it. My reaction time is still holding up. Test and check. I am literally beating my head. The physical state is taking, but I wear a mask. We are finishing with the hard start. Final 150 BPM with the reserve bars. Reserve bars creates a thumb. After the beat, it's a rhythm trick. We have ignored the thumb and hit the plate. It's a counter initiative. This artist heard and is a pointer of the sound. It's all about power. The dance are huge, but they are moving so fast they look like an endless. The final goal is coming. Everything we are done for the last hour with this. It's an intensity. No talking, just the sound of the beats and the tiles. That's the current club on the ice, and we are dealing with the complex polyrhythms here. The polyrhythms are when the melodies on the timing, but the drums are in another. The game usually follows the drums, but this then follows the melody. It's a total brain mode. Look at the system, total silence, every bit of the oxygen is going on my brain right now. The one that consisting the total alert are coming up. If I miss the first one, I will spec the dice. Nailed it. That was the 20 tiles combined under 3 seconds. And eyes is down on the color bias, which uses a lot of harmonic distortion. The distortion makes it harder to hear the click of the beat. We have the play by slight editing. We are half-parent through our devices are getting warm, which can cause a touch latency, and I have the compensate by the tapping slightly earlier. The visual suggested switching the gears to K-pop remix. The BPM is 110, but the choreography is jumpy. They use a fake out the dance that disappear or move at the last second. This is a test of memory, not just a reaction. I have practiced this track for hours. The artist Blackpink and has a track that are heavily influenced by the trap beats. The exaggerated bass hits in the remix are so deep they actually mess with the visual scenes. Watch the thumb, it's a rhythmic dance on the screen. No blinking. If I blink during the chorus, it's a game over. We have reached the 15 lines mark. The intensity is peak. Let's go even faster. Entering the speedcore zone, 20 BPM. This is the human limit for the most play. At 20 BPM, the files are appearing, disappearing in less than half seconds. The track is a Camellia remix. Camellia is the final boss of rhythm game music. The history Camellia is start in the dozing and music since pure technically. This track uses a blue notes and the set inspire and shifting makes the timing unpredictable. My eyes are watering, but I can't look away. The challenge is purely psychological now. Look at the zigzag, that's 10 tiles per second. Absolute insanity. I am barely breathing. Shots a shadow of breathing to keep the core stable. The technical map here is designed to force your thumb into the corner of the screen. If I lose my grip by even millimeter, the ball will fly off into the void. Camellia is the production after the reaches 250 BPM in the final drops. We are approaching it. Listen to the percussion. It's a literal wall of sound. I'm in the zone. I don't even put my hand anymore. It's just a musical memory. That was the most intense drop of the session. 100% accuracy for software. Let's take a beating sound, love to hip hop but at the double speed. The technical beating is nothing but we are spending the 180. It's a wide Sazy Towers. The history of the lofi is about the interaction, but this gameplay needs to be perfect. It's a contrast between the chill music and the frantic gameplay. My first thing on the test, it is real. This isn't just a game anymore. Notice how I am leading the ball when hitting for the front edge of every tiles. Now we are hitting the Eurobits and the initial divides. Eurobits is famous for the high energy 150-160 BPM range. It's made for racing. In terms of this speed, like the high-speed chess, the tiles are addicting. The artist Dave Rogers is the king of the genre. He has been doing this since the 18th. The scene brains is this track is sharp. It cuts through the mix and helps with the timing. Focusing on the offbeats now. The tiles are placed on the and of the beats 1 and 2 and if you play on the down beats you will fall. You have to be a sensitive look at my forehead. The concentration is a gripping me, but we are almost there. We are entering the final 20 minutes of the marathon, the light section. This next track is a remix the cultural history of this treasure massive. Heavy talks about the original but this dual pitch pushes the BPM to 190. It's a boss better for my fingers. The pattern are mimicking the original game's attack. So technically of the narrow pattern is a vortex. Kills most runs. Left, right, center. It's a repetitive data. Hypothesize you. You have to break the icon is and display alert for the tempo shift at 0:45. The tempo just dropped to 140. Then the snap the back to 119. The BPM shock is at later. I caught it. I catch it. My reaction time is still holding up. Just can check I am literally beating my head. The physical state is freaking. But I wear a mask. We are finishing with the hard start. Final 150 BPM with the reserve bass.